Everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm wishing everyone a day full of Christ's grace. In order to keep up with the most recent information, we hope you enjoy this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take a trip with us and watch this film through to the conclusion. Despite his brief life, Carlo Acutis was a brilliant young man who made a lasting impression on the globe. People of various ages are still motivated by Carlo's life, who is well known for his profound spirituality and creative use of technology to share religious ideas. His distinctive strategy for leading a purposeful life despite a terminal disease shows a strong spiritual bond that continues to be a beacon of hope for everyone looking to strengthen their religion in the contemporary world. Carlo wasn't your typical kid. He demonstrated a profound spiritual awareness well beyond his years from an early age. He had a natural grasp of the divine and frequently experienced deep periods of introspection. Carlo's mother was a significant character in his life and had a significant impact on his spiritual development. Their relationship became a potent symbol of love, faith, and fortitude, particularly as they dealt with his illness together. Carlo had a strong interest in religion and spirituality as a child. His wisdom and innocence combined to display a maturity that frequently left those around him in wonder as he spoke about religious subjects. He was able to see spiritual truths in ways that many adults found difficult to understand because of his intuitive nature. As he grew older, this special knowledge only became more profound, and his life became evidence of his unshakable faith in God's plan. Carlo's inventive use of technology is among the most fascinating facets of his existence. In a time when social media and the internet were taking over, Carlo recognized the potential of these channels for evangelization as well as communication. He understood that the internet might be a potent medium for reaching people all over the world with messages of love, hope, and faith. Because of his love of technology, Carlo developed a website that listed Eucharistic miracles worldwide. He aimed to remind people of God's existence in the world and the Eucharist's wondrous power through the digital age. At the time, his use of the internet as a means of evangelization was revolutionary, and it now serves as motivation for others who want to use contemporary technology for good. At 15, Carlo received a diagnosis of leukemia, the illness that would eventually take his life. But instead of giving up, Carlo dealt with his sickness with an absolutely amazing sense of calm and acceptance. His acts in his latter months showed a profound acceptance of his fate, as he had always expressed his opinion that life on earth was only temporary. Carlo maintained his generosity and compassion throughout his fight with leukemia. Knowing that his time on earth was short, he frequently declared that he would always be youthful. Despite being conscious of his mortality, he continued to practice kindness and completely embrace his beliefs. Indeed, it appeared to strengthen his resolve to live each day with a purpose and a commitment to God. Carlo had a very spiritual relationship with his mother. Their relationship became a tribute to the strength of faith in the face of adversity, as she opened her heart to her son, especially during the most trying times of his sickness. His mother frequently thought back on their time together, including an especially poignant trip to the French cathedral of Chartres, where the serene setting provided them with comfort. Every time spent with her son held spiritual significance for Carlo's mother. She believed that Carlo's hardship was a necessary component of a divine plan, which they were both obligated to embrace. Knowing that Carlo's suffering was not in vain gave them the strength to confront even the worst periods with a sense of purpose, thanks to their shared faith. Carlo's ability to predict his own death was one of the most remarkable features of his existence. From an early age, Carlo discussed death with understanding that it was a normal aspect of life rather than fear. Because of his spiritual development, he was able to comprehend that death was a passage to eternal life rather than its conclusion. Those around Carlo found immense solace in his capacity to foretell his own demise. His friends and family were able to accept the fact that death was inevitable because of his serene and unhurried attitude toward mortality. Many people were moved by Carlo's belief that death is a necessary part of God's plan to consider how they may bravely and faithfully confront similar obstacles in their own lives. He did not accept death passively. Instead, it stemmed from a strong belief that everything occurs in accordance with God's will. Carlo accepted his disease with a calmness that was incredibly motivating because he regarded it as a necessary component of the path that God had planned for him. His faith gave people a fresh outlook on life's obstacles and served as a ray of hope for those who found it difficult to accept death. Carlo's influence is still growing, especially among youth. His example of leading a life full of charity, compassion, and faith speaks to a new generation that is frequently looking for purpose in a world that is becoming more complicated. Carlo's life serves as a reminder that holiness can be discovered in the common deeds of love, kindness, and service to others, rather than only in the remarkable. Carlo's use of technology, especially social media and the internet, has had a long-lasting effect as well. Carlo's experience demonstrates how effective digital platforms can be for disseminating messages of faith and hope in an era when the internet can frequently be depressing and overwhelming. For anyone looking to learn more about the Catholic faith, his website on Eucharistic miracles is still a great resource. People of all ages are still motivated by the spiritual teachings that Carlo left behind. His life is a potent reminder that we may find beauty and meaning even when we are going through difficult times. Carlo's unshakable faith in God's plan demonstrated to all around him that everyone may achieve holiness, no matter what their circumstances in life. In a world where problems seem to be getting worse every day, Carlo's example provides strength and consolation. His example inspires us to maintain our faith, to seek God's will in everything, and to have faith that even in the most trying times, a bigger plan is at work. Carlo's legacy serves as a reminder that suffering can really deepen our relationship with God, rather than being something to be feared. Prayer was a major part of Carlo's life, and he inspired others to adopt this potent way of communicating with God. His practice of regular prayer, particularly in front of the Eucharist, has become a model for others who want to get closer to God. Carlo realized that prayer was a gift as well as a responsibility, a means of finding serenity, courage, and direction throughout the most trying times in life. Carlo's call to prayer is more important than ever in a world full of noise and diversions. He challenges us to stop, think, and look for God in our day-to-day activities. Through acts of service, group prayer, or introspection, Carlo's life serves as a reminder that prayer is the cornerstone of a robust and resilient religion. People all throughout the world are still inspired by Carlo's life. Many people have been moved by his narrative, and his impact goes beyond his own battles with illness. Those who hear Carlo's story are motivated to live with more joy and purpose because of his capacity to accept life despite death, which reveals a faith that defies reason. Young people have particularly benefited from Carlo's example since they view him as a genuine, kind, and giving role model. His life demonstrates that faith is a genuine physical thing that can be lived out rather than just an abstract idea. Carlo's legacy challenges us all to live better lives, whether that means doing good deeds, utilizing technology for the greater good, or just being more thankful every day. The life and legacy of Carlo Acutis serve as a potent example of the global influence that one individual may have. Carlo continues to inspire countless people to live with greater love, faith, and charity via his unrelenting courage in the face of disease, his strong faith, and his creative use of technology. His life serves as a reminder that everyone can achieve purity and that having a close relationship with God can bring hope and light even during our darkest hours. We are reminded that every one of us has the capacity to leave a lasting legacy as we consider Carlo's life. Carlo's example encourages us to live each day with purpose, understanding that our actions can have a significant impact on people around us, whether through modest deeds of kindness or more extensive endeavors to help others. His narrative keeps leading us to a greater comprehension of faith, fortitude, and the strength of leading a life devoted to service and love. I appreciate you joining me on this adventure. This investigation is significant and powerful because of your participation and presence. May the shared tales of our human experience inspire and uplift you until the next time.